Experience in 1985 for the veteran of the Dakar, Jean-Pierre Strugo, the first of a very long series of participations. It was the unknown, it was an adventure, the fulfillment of 1 or 2 years of preparation, and thankfully, I still have strong memories. It was a total nonsense. Everything was completely improvised, and that was the strength of the founder, Thierry Sabine, who would take a bunch of adventurers, of friends, and we just didn't know what to expect. Well, I ever thought for those who came for the first time, there's so much to see. Even the 18th time, it's still beautiful. Well, for some, they're cured at their first attempt. It wasn't the case for me. I didn't finish the first, or the second, or the third, or the fourth. I needed a dose of perseverance. Well, he'd seen it all in Africa, South America, Saudi Arabia, and the Dakar. It all evolved. What happens here is amazing, he says. It's a competition at 100%. It's the only competition, and the opportunity to compete with the likes of Lowe, Penn Ansel, Nasser. It's like if today an amateur could compete in Formula One. It's crazy. Well, 33 years after, Strugo is still here. Being 77 doesn't seem to be an issue. Well, it's easier, if anything, he says, because I have experience in my driving, and therefore, based on the car and my physical condition and the terrain, it also forces me during the whole of the year to stay in shape. Sometimes he tells himself, I don't focus on the standings, just to do it for the pleasure. Drive as well as you can, but at the finish every single day, I look at the standings and I see my performance. Well, this will be my last, it's my last. 2 years ago was my last. I'll carry on until I find an antidote. Just as long as I have the passion and physically I can, there's no reason to stop. So it's not his last. It was all looking so promising for Austin Jones during stage 7, leading for 200 kilometers. An uncontrollable mechanical wiped his chances of stage victory, though.
We thought we were home free, you know, with 65 kilometers or something like that to go. And there's so many rocks out there. What happens is a rock jumps up and it hits the brake caliper, it breaks it off, and then this one blew through the wheel. So it was a proper explosion. Nothing I did, nothing the mechanics did, you know, these things just happen. So, man, it hurts. It doesn't feel good.
Double heartbreak happens. Well, time to stay alert over rugged terrain to hail. Punctures are high risk. 19 Dakars combined inside 324. Pedro Munoz and Rosa Romero fighting for greater causes. A project in collaboration with the University of Las Palmas in Gran Canaria. A fight for climate change, planting trees in all 21 municipalities for kilometers traveled in Saudi for Pedro. Rosa advocating inclusion. This was an ouch. Misjudged crest for the Spaniard Oscar Valverde. Important time in the special. Staying alert was a prerequisite. The Buggy Master team got themselves back up and running, but at a price. Disappointment, frustration etched across the Spanish duo's demeanor. Well, starting week 2 with consistency, Marcello Tiglia Gastaldi and Carlos Sash recovering well after the fatigue of the 48-hour chrono and showing the pace across the early dunes. The Brazilian driver took precaution on the rocks, 7th on the special for Team BBR. Sign of good things. An empty amphitheatre in the foothills to hunt. Gutierrez quest without hurdles. First part, dangerous dunes, very short, couldn't really make any mistakes, setting a calm rhythm. Then the second part was very fast, lots of navigation. And like yesterday, Gutierrez had no time to waste with rival doing a duel here. Two-time world champion in the SSVs, Rokas Bikuska, was assigned the task. Clawback time, stage win, could be a reward. Deep carved tracks, a seated navigator, Oriel Vidal, 6th place for the number 300. Well, as Aesop wrote in the Tortoise and the Hare, slow and steady wins the race, but, well, change slow for fast with Gustry's case. Now leading overall. The big goal for Mitch is clean stages without problems. Today, they pushed themselves to the absolute limit with 0 problems. Well, in command from kilometre 165, Salah Al Saif has been showing promise of late, with just a matter of the stars aligning. Stage 7 could have been a possibility, but a puncture saw him drop out of contention. It was more sweeter finale to Hier, the home of the Saudi. Well, we struggled at the beginning of the rally, but now we're trying to close the gap, and today we came back strong. We have a good position in the overall standings, and perhaps we're the winners of today's stage. Let's see. And confirmation that Captain Salah did indeed take the win on his home stomping ground. Local knowledge paying a dividend. The 5th victory of his career. Guthrie still in control of the overall standings, leading Gutierrez, Jalico Lopez in 3rd. Bikuska makes a move to climb the standings. He's now in 4th place. Al Saif 7th. A day of stark contrast across this 2-part special. The bivouac having headed north to Hier. Initial sandy trek and the side-by-side vehicles, as ever, the last to tackle it. Well, enjoying the sands, but knowing the terrain was to change drastically later on. South Racing Can-Am of Gerard Ferres on a roving path with Jerome Sadalier for company. Ferres nearly 5 hours out of contention, so fighting for a stage recognition. And the Chilean would leave the Swiss driver behind as desperate and arguably easier stage than those that have come before. It would have felt like that to Sadalier. Fabulous pictures, these. As if I need to tell you, just look at it. Well, like a turtle needing a helping hand to flip things back over, Jerome de Sadalier and Michael Metch tried to flag down roadside assistance. If at first you don't succeed, just try again. And remember, 3rd time, lucky. Finally a break, and the one that's made the most of it, the MMP team duo with time on their side. They used to that, finishing 6th, and now 29 minutes off the T4 summit. Thanks for the help. Well, the Dakar is a big deal in Lithuania, and no difference for a married couple in their Can-Am. Emilia driving in her first Dakar, and husband Anunas Galzanikias, a 2-time original by Motul winner. He's navigating 16th place, a 3rd straight top 20 finish. Well, a drop in the intensity. That didn't mean stage 8 was much easier, even for the Dakar legend like Michel Ginotto. Well, we broke the engine belt at the beginning, so that's likely to be the problem, as the temperature was just too high. We tried to preserve it, but couldn't, and it broke. Alberto is very fast in changing it, and we hope to recover later. Well, after too many did DNFs, the Italian duo not giving up lightly at this Dakar 46. Well, after struggles saw a podium finish, vanish, Cristiano Battista is focused on as high a position as possible. The main goal is to reach Yanbu. Sarah Price missing the top 3 by a minute, but the American is focused on overall success. Yet the rookie might need to start taking some more risks. Still on the podium as Yasser Saidan slipped to 4th, but now it's looking like 2 drivers going head-to-head. David de Sultre took the lead of the SSV on Sunday, but said he and Martin Bonnet were washed out. Clearly got a good rest as the French pair led over the opening section. Polaris managing to keep intact, but de Sultre passed in the 2nd section, unable to catch their flying rival.
Quoi? Ouais, je sais, mais je veux le recoller.
Well, we couldn't quite kick on. We were very careful. Overall, we're going very well. The car is great, and it's all quite good. Well, the day's honours belong to the battling Portuguese duo from South Racing. In one stage, an hour behind after plenty of bumps and bruises, yet back-to-back stage wins means that João Ferreira is right back in the mix. 25 seconds yesterday. This time, João winning over Xavier by 3 minutes for the third special success of the Dakar. De Sultre maintains his 7-minute lead, but this time it's in front of the main rival, João Ferreira. Dakar isn't the only time Saudis can enjoy the thrill of motorsports. Drag racing through the pits, drivers against each other, of course, in a race to the line. I'm Sulayem Al-Onazeni. I compete in the Saudi Tourism Drag Race Championship. The event today in Dira, in the Riyadh region. Drag race guarantees immense suspense, an atmosphere surrounded by the sound of engines. It's pure excitement. Well, the burnout and all that, it's a real part of the motor world and competition. More generally, spikes the adrenaline. We absolutely love it. Well, the goal of drag racing is to go as fast as possible. There's a 400-metre standing start. Some categories, 200 metres for others, such as the 4.5s. Competition is based on engine power, speed and lap times, but also on the driver's ability to control the steering and stay on course. Well, the car categories, there's the V8, the 4.5, which the Saudi drivers are very hard to beat, whether over 400 or 200 metres. Speeds can reach 230, 240 kilometres per hour in the 400-metre standing start.